This is Elizabeth with This Art Life of Mine, and today I wanted to talk about acrylic inks. One of the kinds they have are in a spray form. I have a three pack of the Delusions from Ranger. I've got, let's see, Periwinkle Blue, Turquoise Viva, no, Vibrant Turquoise, okay. Two languages I'm combining. And Laid Back Lilac. So what you can do is you can spray, today I'm using the Grumbacher mixed media pages of 5.5 by 8.5. These are nice because you can pull them out and put them back in if you want. And then they also have a perforated edge, so you can make the spiral pieces go away. I'm not going to worry about it today, but so you can spray this. You can, add a lot of effects that way. You can go over it. And it kind of creates different colors mixed in. You can do a lot with this. It's kind of fun when you're doing sketchbooks. I know some people use it for they do art journals with layers and words. Or you can spray it onto your palette and then water it down with a brush. So yeah, I'll just show you the green really quick too. Or I'm sorry, the turquoise. They're very vibrant. The purple in the palette looks a little different than that when we sprayed it and then wet it. So I'll show you that. And they have a lot of other colors. I just bought this as a 3-pack, probably at Michael's, I would say. So yeah. These are ink sprays. And with inks, you can, like I said, use a brush. They often come with the little pipette squeeze things in there, or you can buy packs of cheap pipettes. You can also use them like this. With a glass pen. You would want to dip it into something deeper than that and it would go a lot longer. It goes up into the spiral down here, and so as you use it, it just rolls down, so you have this long stream. You want to make sure you mix these well. I'm going to grab another piece of my paper here. All right, turn this around. So what I mostly have are the Liquitex. I have a primary set of 3. Whoops, that's not it. I have this primary set of 3 that I bought. And then I bought a metallic set of 3. So we have rich copper, bright gold, and bright silver. All 3 say iridescent. And at some point I bought like a certain amount of paint from them and they sent me a free one, and it was this fluorescent orange. The only use I have for this color is maybe, toning my paper so it can pop out in little spots on an acrylic piece. The other brand I just recently bought, and it was in an art haul, is I bought some Amsterdam inks. It was buy 2 and you can get a free ultramarine violet. And they actually sent me 2 free ones. They also sent me a reflex orange, which is just like my fluorescent orange. So I've got a lot of paper toning to do. But so I purchased warm gray. I'm going to get a smaller brush. So that is it, pure with just the only water is on a brush. We have the Naples Yellow Red Light, which is kind of a peachy color. Also in Amsterdam acrylic ink, we have the ultramarine violet. These can go on as concentrated or as watered down as you want them to. Like I said, they're also good for changing the color just a bit in paint or regular acrylic paint while you're mixing. You know, take the opposite on the color wheel to knock it down a little bit so it's not so bright. Say you have a really bright green, take a little red ink. It won't change the viscosity of your paint very much if you only use a touch, and a touch is all you need to just kind of mute that green to be a little less in your face. The last of the Amsterdam is Reflex Orange. And that is, yeah, that is as bright as you would think it would be. Wow, I think that's even brighter than the fluorescent. Wow, that's crazy. So there you go. I also have a Holbein Naphthol Red Light. This comes in bottles. I have a little one. They have the little ball in there for when you shake it up to help, just like spray paint does. I find Holbein is very pigmented. I have a couple of their fluid acrylics as well, and yeah, they're just, that little drop did all of this. Okay, we're going to move on to this crazy fluorescent orange from Liquitex, which I guess isn't so crazy when you see it next to the Amsterdam Reflex Orange. Oh no, it's similar. All right. Okay, and we'll go into iridescent bright silver. That's really pretty. So you could add that to a color, say white or something, when you want a cool pearlescent, you know, sheen to it a little bit. A more warm color would be one of these two, the bright gold or the rich copper. The rich copper being kind of dark. Bright gold would brighten it up as, say, a bright lemon yellow. So here's the iridescent bright orange from Liquitex. Yep, that would be a warm version. So think gray beige, maybe, of just all that little sparkle. It's subtle until you get it into certain light, and then it's right there. And the iridescent red copper. That is a really pretty color. It's like an iridescent burnt umber almost. That is, yeah, oh, that's pretty. I like that one. All right, and then we have our primaries. I have cadmium yellow light hue, We have the Naphthol Crimson, which is such a gorgeous red. So that's comparing to, this is the, okay, so Naphthol Crimson and Naphthol Red Light from Holbein. Let's see if they're similar. I'm thinking this will be a little deeper toward the, a little bit more cold side. Yeah. Oh, is that gorgeous? And the last of the Liquitex, we have Cerulean Blue Hue. All right, and then the last ones I have, these are put out by Speedball. They are for calligraphy acrylic ink. I got them in an art box, and in two different art boxes actually. And I use them just like I would the regular inks because I don't really do calligraphy. So this one is gold. And that is a lot more yellow and pigmented than the iridescent Liquitex gold. I suppose to show up better on white or black paper that you're lettering on. This one is copper, so probably a little yellower version of this bronze. It's straight out. Let's water that down a little. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna water down the gold too. Yeah, there's a lot. These are very versatile. You can do a lot with them. All right, then we have Primrose Yellow. That is almost a green leaning one, almost like a yellow chartreuse. Okay, and then Scarlet Red. I think these are plastic containers, and I think that they are evaporating in here because I definitely didn't use that much. I've used these like once for a project I was doing, and that's really thick. It's like I should add some distilled water or something. All right, and the last one we have is Indigo Blue. Wow. So I'm going to give that one a stir. I couldn't get it open earlier, but I thought I'd at least give it a try when we got to it. Yeah, that's really thick. So I added a little water to my brush. So yeah, that's similar to this one. And then, of course, we have along the same lines. It's not exactly the same, but it's, you can use this in the same kind of projects with watercolor or acrylic inks. That would be Sumi ink. So I have this one by Yamasuto. And you normally would use these with a nib pen. I don't know where mine went, so we're gonna go. And you can make this as dark or light as you want. These are great for calligraphy. These are great for black and white pieces, and you can water them down for shades of gray. Gorgeous. This is one, it's a similar one I got in an art kit. I think it was the same one I got those Speedball ones with. And it came with this little mixing tray. So So you're seeing it for the first time as I am. So it's, oh, a sketch box. So yeah, it's this piece. And then you would wet it down, I guess. I would have to read directions, but yeah, that's interesting. And it's all in Japanese, so I don't know. I came across this at the last minute, so I thought I'd look at it and see if it was something I could easily visually figure out without reading directions and studying up on it. The answer is nope. So there you have it. Acrylic inks are really great to have around because they're just full of pigment, and you can do so much with them. Use them as an additive. You can use them straight on like you would gouache and get a lot of pigment. You can water them down like a watercolor. All kinds of effects, and yeah, they're fun to work with. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks.